blessings everyone, and welcome back to the kitchen. Today we are about to make some cabbage soup. Oh yeah, now I know a lot of people like to go on diets and all of that, and this is considered to be one of those meals that dieters love to eat because it's so low in calories. Okay, I like to eat it because it's good and it's healthy. Okay, so y'all, let's go ahead. We're gonna get to it, and as always, we're gonna serve this up blessed and highly flavored. Let's do it. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and go over our ingredients. Okay, of course, you're gonna need cabbage. You're gonna need about a half of a head of cabbage. I'm gonna use the entire thing. Okay, you're gonna need some broccoli. I'm gonna use I don't know how much this is, but you can use about a pound of broccoli. You're going to need about 3 stalks of celery, half a pound of carrots. We got to peel these up. We're going to need 1 onion, 1 bell pepper. We're going to chop these up as well. You're going to need some diced tomatoes, about a can of diced tomatoes. I am using my home canned tomatoes, so if you're using your canned foods, it's going to be a pint of tomatoes. You're going to need a few tablespoons of olive oil. You're going to need 2 quarts of chicken broth. Now, this is my home canned chicken broth. If you buy it out of the store, it's still going to be the same thing. You'll just need 2 quarts. Or you can use 1 quart of stock and 1 quart of water, okay? You're going to need about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. You're also going to need a tablespoon of Cajun seasoning. My preferred Cajun seasoning is Tony Satura's. You're going to need 2 teaspoons of oregano, a teaspoon of pink salt or kosher salt, whichever you prefer, and a teaspoon of white pepper, okay? Now, the salt and the pepper, you can season it to taste, and you can play around with your spices too. If there's some other spices you want to add, if you want to add more garlic, by all means, go ahead and do so, okay? You can also use garlic in the jar. If you have some garlic that's already chopped in the jar, you can use that as well, okay? Now, let's go ahead and put this together. All right, you all, first, I am going to peel and chop my carrots. Be sure you cut off the ends, both ends, okay? Now we're going to move on to the celery, taking off those ends. Make sure you wash the celery good. You don't want any dirt in your food. The good thing about having a farm is that we can give those scraps right on over to the chickens. They are going to love those. Oh, yes, they are. Let's go ahead and get this celery cut up. Now we're starting on the bell pepper. Now we have our bell pepper cut up. And we are going to move on to the onion. All right, onions are done. All right, you all, it's time to cut up the cabbage. I've already taken off those outer leaves of the cabbage. And now I'm just taking out the heart of the cabbage, okay? Now again, there it is. My chickens are gonna love that. All right, you all, now I'm just gonna cut this into thin strips, just like this, okay? All right, now that I've cut it into thin strips, I'm gonna turn it sideways, and I'm gonna cut them straight down the center, so that my cabbage strips aren't just too long. Okay, just like that. Oops, I'm dropping some. But in any case, this is what they're gonna look like. Just some little cute cabbage strips. Yep, just like so. Now you all, if you're gonna do the cabbage soup, the good thing about the cabbage soup is that, remember I said you can use a whole or a half of a cabbage, all right? That leaf doesn't look so good. Yeah, you can use a whole or half. It's totally up to you. How much cabbage do you want in your cabbage soup? I'm using a whole cabbage. This is gonna be good. It's gonna be what? Blessed and highly flavored. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and cut this in half. Then we're gonna get our vegetables sauteed. I'm gonna let this cabbage hang out here for a second and go ahead and get started on my vegetables. All right, you all. So I'm gonna add in the bottom of my pot. Oops. I have a nice big pot here. I call it my soup pot. And I'm going to put in about a good maybe 2-3 tablespoons of olive oil in here. My oil is coming out kind of slow. About 2-3 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay? And then, you all, I'm going to add in my celery and my carrots, my onion and my bell pepper. Yes, I am. Now, I have my spices sitting to the side over there, but I'm going to go ahead and just season this up a bit, okay? With a little bit of salt and a little bit of white pepper. I'm going to give that a toss. Make sure the oil is coating all of my vegetables. Turn my heat up on that. And I'm going to let this saute like this, you all. Bud. I'm going to let this saute like this for about 3 or 4 minutes, okay? And then we're going to come back and add our garlic. All right, y'all. I had to give it a taste. I got the Trinity going on here with some carrots in here. And oh yeah, I tasted it and blessed and highly flavored. Okay. Let's keep on going. It's been about 4 minutes. My onions are just about translucent. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in my garlic. You can add as much or as little as you like. If you love garlic, then go for it. Add 4, 5 cloves. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cloves. Don't get close to nobody. But add as much as you like. Okay? Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and just give this a stir. We're not going to let this garlic cook in here long. We're just going to let it heat up to start releasing that flavor about 1 minute. Okay? Oh, sook it now. All right. I'm going to slide my cabbage on over. Slide my cabbage on over here. Oh, yeah. I said I was putting a whole head of cabbage in here. I know I am. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get it in. Without making a mess, yes, we're going to just get it all in here. Just like that. Like that. Oh, yeah. Let's get it in here. Don't worry about it looking like a lot. You know cabbage. You know what cabbage is going to do. Cabbage is going to cook all the way down. Okay? All the way down. All right. Waste not, want not. Let me grab that too. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and gently give my cabbage a toss. Okay? This is going to start to cook down here. It's almost like doing fried cabbage and carrots. I love cabbage and carrots. But that's not what we're doing today. Today we are doing cabbage soup. I'm just going to toss that around. That look good, y'all. And it smells heavenly already. All right, y'all. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and add my 2 quarts of chicken broth. This is my, look, I got it right here. This is for some chicken noodle soup. I had to boil a whole chicken to make me some chicken noodle soup that I'm getting ready to pressure can. But I needed 2 quarts out of here before I can do what I got to do with this. Because we got to get this cabbage soup going. I'm putting in 2 quarts. Unstrained. And it's already seasoned too. So my seasonings, I have to keep my eye on the seasonings over there because this is already seasoned. I'm going to give this a toss in here. Now I got a lot of liquid in this pot with this 2 quarts of stock or chicken broth. It's not a stock, it's a broth. And there is a difference. Okay? Stock is a lot richer than a broth. You saw how thin it was. My stock is a whole lot darker and it's so full of flavor because it's got not just the carcass of the chicken in it, but it has celery and onion and bell pepper that I also cooked down inside of the stock. So it's totally different, right? The broth is a lot thinner. All right, so I'm just going to give this a toss. I may not need my quart of water, but I got it on standby. Now I'm going to add this quart. I put in a whole head of cabbage. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and add this quart of water right on in here. All right, y'all. Now I'm going to add in my tomato. This is a pint-sized jar of tomatoes. If you don't have home canned tomatoes, that's fine. Just get yourself 1 can of diced tomatoes is what you need, okay? Just gonna pour those in, like so. Give that a little mix. If you want more tomato, you can do 2. If you don't like tomato, you can leave it out, okay? Y'all, this is going to be so good. I am so excited about this soup. I've been looking forward to this soup. Now it's time to get the spices added. Let's do it. All right, y'all, I almost forgot. Can't forget about the broccoli. Just going to pour it right on over in there. Yes, we are. Oh, this is going to be good. I'm going to let this cook down. But before I do, I'm going to sprinkle in my Tony Saturas. Oh, yeah. You know, I put this stuff on everything. I'm going to add in my oregano, my salt, and some more white pepper. Now, if you want, you can add in some cayenne pepper. If you like that heat, you can add in some cayenne pepper. You can add in some hot sauce. Louisiana hot sauce. Or you can add in some red pepper flakes. Whatever you want to do to spice this up even more if you want, by all means. Spice it on up. All right, y'all. So what I'm going to do, after I mix these spices in a bit more, I don't know, I might even add some more onion. I love onion. And I put 1 onion in here, but we could do 2 onions in here easy. And it would be fantastic. All right, I'm just moving it around. That's all. All right, you all. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a lid on this. I'm going to let this cook for 30 minutes. And we'll be back to have a look at our cabbage soup. Y'all get your bowls ready. Get your spoon ready. because you're going to hurt yourself. Oh, yes. That smells and looks amazing. Oh, if y'all could just smell this house right now, right now. Come on, y'all. Let's go ahead and dish this baby up. Oh my goodness. I'm going to put first as much cabbage in here as I want. And then I'm going to come back and top it off with some of this broth. Oh, yes, I am. Top it off with some broth, as much broth as I want. Y'all just don't understand. Ooh, somebody stop me. Y'all, look at that cabbage soup. Doesn't that look delicious? And if only you could smell what I'm smelling. All right, y'all, that's going to do it for this simple one-pot meal. Cabbage soup. And if you're on a diet, you're going to love this. Trust and believe me, you're going to love this. If you're not on a diet, then you can add some sour cream, maybe a dollop of sour cream or cream cheese. You can add a nice big piece of farina bread on the side. Y'all can really enjoy this simple one-pot meal. And yes, y'all, I tasted it. And it is blessed and highly flavored. Oh, yeah. That's going to do it, y'all. Hopefully, you have enjoyed this simple recipe of how to make an easy cabbage soup. And this is something that the family will enjoy. Not just for dieters, but the family will enjoy this simple soup. And this is a great time for it. It's nice and cold outside. All right, y'all, that's going to do it. Thank you so much for joining me here in the kitchen. If you haven't done so, give our video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, share the videos. Thank y'all so much again. Hopefully, I will see y'all back here in the kitchen where we making everything blessed and highly flavored.